Hey guys, we're going live for our halftime show. This has been a tough game to watch. The Packers really have been marching the ball at will against Seattle, aside from a few issues. I want to kind of go over some of the key stats that I pointed out, or that I picked out during this first half, things that we need to clean up, things that we need to keep doing, and you guys can chime in with your own as we go through. The first one is I was pretty disappointed that we didn't even really make an attempt to have a running game in this first half. After all the talk about Ty Montgomery, after what he did last year in the playoffs and later in the season, I really thought we were going to come out and pound the ball, and I think we can against these guys. They may have gone away from that just because of Brian Bulaga not being in anymore or in this game, so it's possible that they went away from that because of that. In the end, Ty had 8 carries. He's only got 2.0 yards average, which doesn't really surprise me. I would expect that Ty is going to be, he's not going to be the Eddie Lacy type runner who's going to be able to hammer through and get 3-4 yards every play, but then again, Eddie, when he got into the open field, didn't have the speed to do what I think Ty can do. So I think Ty as a running back is going to have these 2-yard carries, but then eventually I expect him to slip through and bust a big one for 40, 50 yards maybe. So that's kind of was one of my first disappointments in this game. There are a couple of things that I'm really excited about what the Packers have done. Prior to Baldwin's catch and Russell Wilson's run at the end of the half, which I hated, but prior to that, Seattle only had 36 yards total offense. That is huge when considering how we did on defense last season, and how elusive Russell Wilson can be. It's great that they only had 36 yards of total offense prior to the last few plays that put them in field goal range. The other thing that I'm really pumped about is our third down conversion percentage. Last year, we kind of hovered around the 40 to 45% mark, and we just could not get over the hump and get drives continued. This game, we're at 63% for third down efficiency, which I'm extremely excited about. On the flip side, and again, going back to before the 2 big plays that put Seattle into field goal range, Seattle was only at 17% for third down conversions. So I'm excited about that. I think that will continue in the second half, and hopefully we can get our offense kind of in gear, which brings me to what I think is the key stat of this first half. And you guys can tell me what you think about it. I think the 4 sacks on Aaron Rodgers is the key stat for this first half. To be honest, if those 4 sacks don't happen, Aaron probably finds a couple more receivers, drives continue, and we probably have points on the board, at least a field goal, probably a couple of touchdowns. We really cannot afford those sacks, and I will say that at least it's not coming from Bulaga's replacement. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but at least it's not coming from that side of the field, so that's encouraging, but we have got to clean up the sacks. We've got to protect Aaron better, and if we do, I think this second half is going to be a total change. Rodgers has saved McCarthy's tail for yeah. I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't think the play calling in this game in this half has been that bad, aside from wishing that we could run the ball a little, or had run the ball a little more. So I think McCarthy probably has a reason for not running the ball that much in this first half. So hopefully we can just turn this around. I really think that even as good as Seattle's defense is, I think they're fooling themselves if they think that they're going to be able to keep us out of the end zone. So I think second half is going to show some change, and hopefully will show a couple of scores and a win under our belts for the first game. Anyhow, we'll be doing these halftime shows every game, so definitely keep your eyes peeled and tune in and drop some comments in the comments. I'll be checking those during the second half of the game, and we can have a little bit, can kind of continue the conversation there. So we're at about 5 minutes now, so they'll probably be firing up that that second half real soon here. So I'll catch you on the flip side.